Good evening, folks. This is my third video for the day. 3 is kind of becoming a lucky number for me because everything happened in 3s. And normally I would not react to anything to do with Disney and Star Wars, but this is Star Wars with a difference. It is anime Star Wars, coming out in September, I believe, and I do love Japanese anime. I wouldn't call myself the hardcore expert. I'm familiar with a lot of properties. My favorite anime is definitely Cowboy Bebop, then probably Akira, and then Watamote as well, just to name but a few. But I was very intrigued by this. I want to see what the Japanese folk have in store in terms of their reimagining, their imagination of the Star Wars IP. Let's face it, man, anything from The Force Awakens to The Rise of Skywalker, sorry, The Rise of Palpatine, that's what it should be titled, because they'll like to remind us that she wasn't Rey wasn't a Palpatine, she's always been a Skywalker. Absolute poppycock. So without further ado, guys, we're going to go to the official Star Wars site on YouTube and we're going to check out this trailer together.
Star Wars Visions is going to be an exciting anime anthology series coming to Disney Plus in September.
Oh, so it's a one-off.
Japanese animation inspired a lot of the people at Lucasfilm over the years. We loved the idea of seeing Star Wars expressed in that way.
Interesting Jabba the Hutt.
Each one of these studios that we approached, we found hardcore Star Wars fans. They all had a story they wanted to tell.
初めてスター・ウォーズの企画って言ったらもうあれなんかこのような夢のようなことができるのかなというふうにはちょっと思いましたね。
いやもうついに来たなと。
Wow, look at those digital cells, my God.
その時の提案の内容が
R2D2
スター・ウォーズでこれやっていいのかっていうなんか面白いものだったんで。
We were looking for something from the heart and soul of the individual creators. They are their visions through the lens of Star Wars.
There are so many
Very
genres
nice.
at play. Big and bold, romantic and sweeping, funny, comedic.
で、この作品独自の、ところスタイ
Rock
ルとしては
opera. I like how this guy
ロックオペラというこ
thinks.
とで
日本の山岳文化みたいなことをしっかり描けたらな。
暗黒教の双子がどう生まれてこれがどうなるのか
The yin and the
の
yang.
が基本的な設定ですね。
ライトセーバーって子供の夢が詰まったガジェットだと思うんですよね。でそれをさらに今回僕はもうちょっと和のテイストみたいなもの。
We try to have some retro vintage feeling. We couldn't skip the Astro Boy influence. People love Astro Boy.
どちらかといえば自分は最初象徴的な
Bunny girl.
さっき言ったよう
Okay.
に、人間の姿をしてない主人公にしたかった。
スター・ウォーズみたいな時代劇を作りたいマスターとパダワンが未知の敵みたいなのに遭遇するっていうお話ですね。本当に最後はスター・ウォーズあれば本望だったなと思
Oh,
う。
badass.
We feel so fortunate to be working with these filmmakers. There are so many opportunities to reflect Japanese storytelling in a Star Wars universe.
Star Wars Visions is completely different than everything else in Star Wars storytelling. Audiences will fall in love with it.
Dan Gavash? Don't know who that is. Wow. Star Wars Visions, streaming this September. I was correct. Wow. Ugh. Ugh, avert my eyes, avert my eyes. So one thing, folks, that really stood out to me was this particular illustration here. Now, this guy looks either like Obi-Wan Kenobi or maybe a young Qui-Gon Jinn. Not really sure, but maybe we'll go for Obi-Wan Kenobi in this case. I do hope that ends up being the actual art style in the end, but I do like this. Again, if you guys have seen the animated version of Batman, Ninja Batman, that Japanese studio did for Warner Brothers, probably what, 3 years ago? That was absolutely fantastic. The animation in that animated movie just knocked WB for 6. Like, it kind of really it really kind of like stepped on everything that WB was doing for the last 3 years prior to that, and it kind of shows. And yeah, let's have a look at this here.
These filmmakers.
Oh, I love that. Wow. I do, yeah. I absolutely love this image right here. Again, not sure who these characters are. Again, this is going to be like a reimagining from the Japanese anime studios, and I love that anyway. Of course, if any of you are watching this and you know who the characters are, by all means let me know. This could be, I don't know, a Japanese version of Rey. Again, Rey's probably one of the worst characters ever imagined in the new Star Wars reboot, or it could be Princess Leia. For me, Star Wars is about the OG anyway. That looks like our guy again, Obi-Wan, but he's got the hat on. He looks really cool. Looks good. Well, the thing is, George Lucas based the original Star Wars trilogy, and I guess obviously the prequels, on Japanese samurai. He's always said that. Like Akira Kurosawa's, what is that film again? Yojimbo. Yes, that's the one. And obviously Seven Samurai. That's the other one I was thinking about. I like all the colors here, what they're doing, and the different creature designs. Really, really awesome. Obviously, we're not going to get any Jar Jar Binks because who needs that character? Yeah, Astro. I don't know. This is, yeah, very. I'm not going to say any more about this design. It's like I didn't see the high heels until now. That's going to be interesting. That's all I say. Like I said, the Japanese folks, they have a really good imagination on how to present things in a far more untraditional way. One thing you'll always hear me say on my channel is that if you want to look at how things are done better, look at Far East Asian cinema and animation. Everything from Japan to South Korea, watch all that stuff. That's how it should be done. You kind of get the tried and tested westernized things of doing and it's just boring, you know. I always like a different point of view from somewhere else, and I think here they've kind of nailed it on the head with this. They also kept this one a secret because nobody knew it was being done, and I wonder if this is some sort of not course correction, but to me this kind of says Lucasfilm, Disney, they don't have a clue what to do anymore at the moment. They're getting so much backlash. The Mandalorian is the only thing at the moment that is kind of keeping that IP submerged, but now give it to the Japanese animation studios to come up with their own flavor on the Star Wars IP. And I guarantee this is going to probably divide people in some respects, but at the same time, it'll be a refreshing change. People will probably say, well, why can't you do this? I mean, Jon Favreau and The Mandalorian, he said it's based on Westerns and again, samurai films that he watched. But of course, you know, we already knew that. If you kind of know your Westerns like Clint Eastwood's Man with No Name Westerns, then yeah, of course, it's going to be awesome. Yeah. I don't know who this character is. She again, it could be a young Rey, could be Princess Leia, I don't know, or somebody completely new. But I imagine what they're doing is they're bringing in new characters or characters. Well, remember now, Disney have kind of disregarded the extended universe of Star Wars, but these animators are true fans, so they're probably going to go through that back catalogue and bring that legacy here, which I hope they do because it'll be really, really awesome. So guys, that was my quick take today on Star Wars Visions coming out in September. Are you excited? Did you even know this was a thing? I didn't until today, so had to get in here, get in the hot seat, shoot this video, leave it to you guys to make up your own mind. But on that one, folks, take it easy, have yourselves a great evening, and I'll see you next week.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.